If, like me, the past week and a half has been crazy getting used to ChatGPT-5, and it has not been an easy ride, because instead of having my best buddy where I used to go for a coffee with my AI and have a chat with it, brainstorm loads of ideas, I'm now faced with this intern that just wants to go and do stuff and come back with a deliverable 3 minutes later. So if you found this frustrating as well, I've been doing some digging, and these are the 10 most common problems that people are facing with ChatGPT-5 and how to fix them. So problem number 1, you're getting shallow answers. The reason for this is because it's auto routing to the fast mode when it thinks that your prompt is signaling, get me this quickly. So it's not really doing enough deep thinking on the topic. The quick fix to this is to tell it something like, think step by step, or verify your reasoning before providing an answer. The pro fix in this instance is to go to your custom instructions at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, where it says customize ChatGPT, and add the sentence default to deep analysis unless I say quick take or something similar to that. So that is one way of getting rid of the shallow answers and getting really clear, crystallized, but thoughtful answers from it instead. Number 2 is too long or rambly. And the reason for this is that it's got no output boundary, so it doesn't know what you want. Now, the quick fix here is to just be really specific and clear about what you want. So for instance, give me 5 bullet points, 80 to 120 words, and a 1-line conclusion. The pro fix here is to specify particular headings that you want, or say something like write an executive summary first. So those are the ways that you can tackle the too long or rambly outputs that you might be getting. Problem number 3 is that it keeps wandering off topic. And this is probably happening because your prompt is vague or you're changing goals mid-thread. And it's very easy to do. It's like saying be brief, but also explaining lots of detail. So it's too contradictory in the same prompt. So the quick fix to this is really to tell it to stay within scope, X. If you're unsure, ask a clarifying question. So give it the opportunity to ask you questions and really understand what it is you're trying to do with that. The pro fix here is to add acceptance criteria. So you will be done when you deliver A, B, and C. That's when you're done. So it knows what done looks like. Problem number 4 is that it forgets earlier details in long chats. And this is because large context rarely equals perfect recall. In order to get the AI to think about and answer your question clearly, is that you have to restate the requirements at the beginning and the end. And this is due to something called the lost in the middle effect, where the AI will just conveniently forget or not really read properly the middle of your prompts. That's why it's really important to add at the top and at the bottom what it is you actually are specifically asking for. This is also called U-shaped prompting. And you can ask it to confirm at the end as well whether it's met the requirements. So that's how you deal with that one. Number 5 is wrong facts or just confident nonsense. This is happening because it's assumption filling under uncertainty. So it doesn't know, but instead of just saying, I don't know, it will then just make up a load of rubbish. So the quick fix is to tell it to cite the sources that it's using, or just to say, I don't know, and highlight any assumptions that it's taken very explicitly. And the pro fix here is to do a self-check. So list each claim and give me the evidence, give me the confidence that you understand what this is. So ask it to judge its own work and give that evidence, give the confidence level back to you. Problem number 6 is that it's messy or broken JSON or CSV files. So why is this happening? Because there's no schema and there's no strict constraints. The way to fix this is really to be very explicit and say return valid JSON matching this schema and give it an example. And if it's invalid, fix and re-emit the JSON only. So that's more for the technical folks out there of how you use this to write you the JSON files that you need. The pro fix here is again to ask it to self-validate. So before sending, and include a short validation pass saying okay or fixed. Okay, problem number 7, it says that it's run the code or it's made a chart, but it doesn't show it. Why is this happening? Because it didn't include proof. And a quick fix to do this is to just simply tell it to show your work. Post the query, the code, the formula you've used, and the result. And the pro fix is to add in your custom GPT instructions, always plan, do, show your work and the result. So just being really clear about that process that it needs to go through in order for it to get to that end outcome. Problem number 8 is that it sounds robotic or it's not empathetic. And the reason for this is because the default style just doesn't suit you anymore. Right? They've made the changes. This new default GPT voice is just not for you. The quick fix here is to say to it, to use a warm and supportive or professional tone. Match this sample, paste an example of what you want it to reply like, but keep it concise. And the pro fix, again, is in the customized GPT section where you basically tell it to pick a warmer style, like being a listener or a supportive person, and set your default tone and your format to what you want it to be. So if you always want it to respond in bullet points, you can say it there. If you always want short paragraphs instead, then that's where you would add that. And number 9, the answers look different from last week. So why is this happening? The system's changed. It's picked a different version behind the scenes. I don't know. I do not know what happens behind the scenes of these things, but the quick fix here is, again, to save your best prompt of what's worked in the past and start a new chat and then paste it fresh. Okay. And I've tried this so many times. I do it with my newsletter images all the time. The pro fix here is to tune one thing at a time. So if you want to change the role, if you want to change the depth or the format, then do it one at a time, but keep the same structure so that the results stay consistent. And problem number 10 is the quality suddenly drops mid-chat. This happens all the time, especially if you are in one continuous chat and you're just literally typing into that same chat the entire time. The reason it happens is because you've likely hit some sort of usage limit and it's switched you to a lighter version or something like that. But the quick fix here is simply to start a new chat, and then you can reselect your preferred mode if you have that option. But importantly, if you want to fix this longer term, you've got to keep important tasks short and structured and group follow-ups into batches. And if you're a Plus user, you can use the projects feature in ChatGPT to group all of the similar conversations together under that one banner. And then that also gives you the chance to write custom instructions for that project too. Thanks for watching. If you want practical, no fluff ways to use AI in your business and life, hit the like and subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss the next video that comes out. Or if you've got a problem that you want solved, drop it in the comments and I'll get round to them as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.